super early here. This is one of those days when I kind of got kicked out of bed like, hey, let's get out there. You've got a reading to do for somebody. So for whomever this is for, the energy last night and into this morning, I had a massive headache last night and just felt super overwhelmed and I don't know, just kind of like floating, disconnected, not grounded. And there was no real precipitating factor. So when those things happen, when I'm in the energy of that happening, at first first I'm like, how do I fix this, right? And then I'm like, wait a second, I don't think this is me. I don't think this is me. And when those things happen, excuse me, when those things happen, I'm all like, okay, drink more water, go to bed at a reasonable hour, which I pretty much always do. Sleep is my hobby. So that's always like, oh, I love, snuggling down, especially in the wintertime. So what could it be? When I woke up this morning, I had a very strong feeling of overwhelm again, but the physicality of it, the headache was gone. So my feeling here is that we're in a space right now of being physically, spiritually, and always overwhelmed. We're at this like point, okay, where we're going through a very teeny hole and out to the universe. We're going through a very teeny tiny passageway. And why that's important, or why it does feel like it's like a choke point almost, right? In the river, it's like so things slow down. Things really slow down. And when you get to the choke point, then it's like whoosh, okay? So take heart, feel that feeling of like being stuck in traffic, or a little bit being a little bit stuck, but there is movement underneath your feet. There is movement. It's not momentum yet, but there is something pushing you along. So just try to pick up your feet a little bit and relax. Like when you're in traffic, there's really nothing to do, no reason to get upset. And I find more than half the time, there's a couple places around here in New England that you can pretty much count on always being jammed, no matter what time of day it is. So especially in the summertime, getting up here to Maine, Friday afternoon, right? Going through Mass Pike, certain places. There's lots of places in New England. There's a lot of people living here. And whenever that happens to me, I listen to the same music that I listen to going to sleep. I listen to meditation music. I don't listen to people's voices. It's got to be like rain or meditation music. And I'm feeling really strongly that right now people need quiet. People need this hibernation season is for real. Not just, oh, well, that's what the bears do, right? This is a real thing. So give yourself a break right now. Do what needs to be done. Be really good and nurturing with yourself. If you need to cut out alcohol, if you need to cut out red meat, if you need to cut out caffeine, whatever it is, okay? Do yourself a favor right now and listen to music that soothes you. Listen to things that soothe you, not that upset you. Really going through a big change, a big choke point right now. This is the first time I've got this card in this deck. It's the Stag Spirit, and it actually happens to be the one that's on the cover. So whenever something's on the cover, there's a deck I love. I think it's this, the Good Tarot. This Good Tarot deck. Don't knock everything over by picking it up. This deck, I love this deck. The artwork is so beautiful, and the one that's on the cover is the star. So every time I get the star in that deck, I'm always like, there's something special here. So whenever I get the one that's on the cover, there's something special here. Okay, Stag Spirit, take the lead. This is actually, is this the last deck? No, it's not the last card in the deck. But this is about your leadership. It does have to do with going through that choke point. And, you know, when people are upset, or the energy is upset, leaders that are peaceful, leaders that calm people down, that there's no agitation is not the answer. The answer is to be grounded. The answer is to be peaceful and calm, to take care of yourself. Whether or not you have found, let's see, I'll show you this. Whether or not you have set your intention to lead, you may have found yourself suddenly called to step into the forefront of your life. Stag Spirit is a reminder now that it is time to heed the call, to be sure, strong, and compassionate. Others will look to you. You have it within yourself to see through the eyes of the Stag Spirit and walk with confidence as you take on these new responsibilities. So that's just from the little book there. But this is, you see on the stags, I love that she has a little crown on. She or he, I guess it's a he because they have all the antlers. Look at all the history on the antlers. Been through a lot. That's why you're a leader. That's why this community exists. Because you're a leader, because you're here to lead. My job is to help you get there. And that's what's happening right now. We're going through this choke point, and it's very stressful. Okay, I have my Athena, or is it my Athena, on today. That is about being the warrior. And I felt really called to do that because there's something about right now that truth transcends illusion. Dragonfly Spirit, one more please. That's a 22 card. And B, sweet results await. So this is really cool. So being called to be a leader, taking the lead. Like I said, this is almost the last card in the deck. So we have gone through some kind of massive, long journey. This is the part where Bilbo Baggins starts to take the lead. This is the part where he stops being afraid, stops being, focused on his own safety, and he's ready to take up the mantle of leadership. And he does that. He helps the whole group with the ring and all of that when they're in there with the dragon, Smaug. So this is a 22 card. And I just so love this. Do you love the colors of this? I do. Truth transcends illusion. Got a little crown on that dragonfly. And it's like you're being coronated, or it's like you're being ushered into the space where you each are going to become leaders and move out on your own. That's my job, is to help you move out on your own, move toward your destiny, your place in the sun here. Be spirit. Sweet results await. So if you've been having a hard time lately, you know what I'm talking about. This leadership thing is no joke, okay? The leadership piece of whatever it is, I feel like it is this is a twin flame, or this is a spiritual journey, choke point. And some people are going to thrive. Some people are not going to thrive. Some people are going to be looking to you all as leaders to help you navigate. And that's an important task for you. I do feel like I see some kind of retirement, like you're retiring from an old life and moving into a new life that is going to be very different for you. Breathe. Thinker. That's a 44 card. Tick tock. Yep. We are on the clock here, people. The time that we're talking about is this age of Aquarius, okay, that we're moving into. And, you know, sometimes when you feel you're in this leadership role, you're like, okay, what do I do? What do I, you know, what am I supposed to be doing here? What, you know, what should I be handling, or how, you know, whatever. It's not even really that. It's like a feeling of, this is about calm. This is about grounding. This is about peace. This is not about like, ta 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 ta, you know, like, follow me. It's really not, it's not that. Right now, what you're being called to do is recognize, okay? Recognize that you're on this path, that you are moving into leadership. If things have been challenging you lately, if things have been feeling overwhelming for you lately, recognize that you're moving into this leadership space, and that the things that are challenging are simply that what's being presented to you requires a little bit of patience and time, to do some meditation, to be, you know, in that space of, okay, you know, open to information that's coming in. If you're too much in this 3D world and there's so much going on and there's negativity and there's people at each other and all kinds of stuff, your job is not to necessarily rise above that. Your job is to get grounded and move out of that energy so you can be in peace, because TikTok, people, something is coming where your leadership is going to be necessary. Vital, I would even say. Not just necessary. Vital. All right, let's use the Good Tarot, because I picked that one out. I feel like some of you are going to have some really remarkable dreams, remarkable ideas, ideas whose time has come. You know, we're talking, you know, when I saw the bee, I immediately, like, for example, I immediately thought about saving the bees, because they are critical to our survival on this planet. The bees, they carry pollination. It's just very important that they stick around. I remember being afraid of bees when I was a kid. Who isn't afraid of bees, afraid you're going to get stung? But now that I know that they're like vital to our, you know, sticking around here, I'm always like, would you like a pillow? Can I get you anything? Whenever I see a bee, I'm like, I want to help you. I want to help you. Okay. So let's see here. Let's see here. Messages for those watching. Yeah, you're calling. Judgment. The moment in time when you hear your calling, a lot of you will be hearing your calling soon. A lot of you. This is not a joke. This is not a drill, okay? So, let's see. Seven of Swords, Messenger of Wands. The Seven of Swords in this deck, see the nature all around her. She's sitting very peacefully, very calmly. Nature is all around her. I feel like the call could come from something in nature. You could have an unusual encounter with an animal, something like that, like a bear shows up on your porch or something, because this is not the time of year that animals are usually out and about, right? Foxes and all that stuff, they're usually hunkered down. World, the opportunity, things are coming to a close. Messenger of Fire, you could be the messenger too. It reminds me of a ride of Paul Revere, right? Ready to ride and spread the alarm through every city, through every town, village, and farm. One if by land, two if by sea, and I on the opposite shore will be ready to ride and spread the alarm. Something like that. Transformation. Big transformation happening. Boy, I'm getting huge chills on this when I said that poem. transformation. You're strong enough to make this, to be leading. You're strong enough. Nine of Swords. We're going to talk through these a little bit more in depth here. Worry that you're not. 10 of Swords behind. So the reason that you have gone through a lot, not this choke point. This choke point is because you've gone through a lot. The reason you have gone through a lot is that only through trial by fire do you have the wisdom to lead others. Only because you have been through that crucible are you ready, are you able. I know you feel like you don't have it. The Nine of Swords feels worried here. Three of Swords, yes, been through some difficult things. Hierophant, this is what's ahead. Becoming, I'm surprised it's not the High Priestess, but Hierophant will do. This is about traditions ending. The Hierophant and the world, traditions ending. Hanged Man, how beautiful this deck is. Hanged Man, hopes and fears, sacrificing. Messenger of Swords, Messenger of Air. Your job is going to be to communicate ideas, communicate new ideas, communicate passionately, right? The Messenger. You got 7, 3, 7, 9, 10. So there's something here about your, let's see, Chariot, Queen of Swords, Ace of Cups. Okay. So that's nice. The very last card here is Ace of Cups. So there's a new beginning. But your job here, it is about ready to ride and spread the alarm through every town, village, and farm. Chariot, Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords, very clear on the messages that you're receiving. So I'm feeling here that your job really is to sort of get into your meditation. Do more meditation because messages are trying to come through. And I feel like there's so much worry. Okay, like there's so much worry here. Whoops, sorry. Breathe and thinker. There's so much worry about what's going on in the world, or there's so much worry about, where am I going? What am I supposed to be doing? And all of that. And for those of you who aren't in the Empress Club, please join because we talk about this stuff all the time. This is a spiritual journey right in front of me here that is showing me that you're becoming one of the leaders, one of the teachers. My mission here is to communicate that to you. You're becoming one of the leaders, one of the teachers. So if you were drawn to this message is for you. Have you been through pain? Have you been through stress? Have you been through difficulties? You bet. 10 of Swords, 3 of Swords. But now you're seeing that journey, that transformation, this is what the universe is trying to tell you. Because these are the 2 cards from the universe here. Okay? The Death card and Judgment. Your calling completely transforming you. And it's not just about you anymore. Okay? It's not just about yourself. It's about you spreading this. It's, pollinating. Okay, so when the bee the bee is pollinating things so things can grow, so trees can, right, bringing the, I should have watched the Science Channel more, but pollinating the flowers, pollinating the apple trees, pollinating in the springtime so things can grow, right? So this is almost like the farmer. It's the person who is responsible for food and this is emotional, spiritual sustenance here that you're going to be tasked with. Are you going to be a little bit afraid of this? You bet. And Seven of Swords, I feel like you've kind of run away from this a couple of times. You might have had this calling already once or twice, and you might have gotten bogged down in relationship stuff or bogged down in 3D stuff. You know, job, work, whatever. You know, you might have gotten bogged down, and now the spiritual calling is going to be strong. So those of you who've really created this strength for yourself, this spiritual strength, okay, this routine, this meditation routine, will be the best off. Will be the ones who are able to pick up the mantle and just go. That's why this reading is here. For those of you who haven't picked up the mantle yet to really go, TikTok. Okay, it's time. And what am I talking about here? I'm talking about learning about your calling. I'm talking about, you know, what are you here to do on the planet? Taking up that mantle. What is the universe showing you that is your job, right? We all have a job in helping raise the vibration of the planet. We all have a job in terms of moving us forward spiritually, moving us forward evolutionarily, moving us forward. And if you're watching this, you have a role in this too. So becoming the chariot, moving forward, becoming the Queen of Swords, right? Look at the owl on her shoulder. Absolutely carrying wisdom forward for the next time. Ace of Cups, a brand new beginning. A brand new beginning of the world. A brand new beginning. It's time to stop hiding. It's time to stop focusing on things that are maybe trivial. I feel like this is the hopes and fears card here. This is the card that says maybe I've given too much or I've not given enough. I've sacrificed myself. I don't want to sacrifice myself. I'm afraid of sacrificing myself. You know, something that a lot of us have thought or believed. But this dragonfly is truth transcends illusion. So the Hanged Man, the being in this space of seeing things differently. This the positive side, the light side of the Hanged Man is able to, you put yourself in this position on this spiritual journey so you would see things differently, so you could help people along on their journey. I feel like you're going to need to help a lot of people move through this choke point. We're coming to it very soon. Okay, Strength card. This is summertime. 8, Leo. I'm going to ask for a little clarity about that. Because that lion is roaring. Temperance. Ace of Cups. 9 of Pentacles. Yes, going to need to help people. Yes, you're going to need to help people get to this new space. That does feel to me to be like patience right now. Get yourself together. Get yourself powerful. Get yourself strong. Okay? Get ready. Within 1 month, this is going to start to show itself. Within the month, I'm hearing, within January, this is going to really start to show itself. You're going to start to really feel like, okay, the calling is starting to come through. What's your role? What are the things you're here to do? So just let me say to you, we talk a lot about the North Node on this channel. We talk a lot about Rahu Ketu in your astrology chart. Those are the things that show you what your mission is here for, what you're here for, what is going to be unfolding for you. Those things, that piece of it will help you sort of pull the thread, right, of the sweater. Just, you see that little thread, you're just going to pull it, and then you're going to, whoop, then you're going to be able to step by step by step. So my job is as a teacher to help you do that, okay? And that's what these readings are all about. That's what North Node workshops are all about. We're trying here to get to the place where we're pollinating other people. We're helping other people navigate. This is really about moving from the 3D into the 5D. This is about moving away from, and there will be people, I'm going to say this to you, and this might seem a little scary to you, but there will be people who will not make it. This is not a thing for them. This is not their mission on the earth. It's not at all your job to convert. Okay? What it is your job to do is to lend a hand to those who want it. So, when we get into this place of ego, of, I'm just saying this to you because I have struggled with this, most definitely, of like, being on this platform and speaking to a lot of people and all of that. And you can really get caught up in that stuff. You really can, because it feels like, it feels good, or it feels powerful, or something like that. I don't know how to describe it to you, but keep your eye on the ball, which is where I am right now, which is trying to keep your eye on the ball about what you're here to do, your mission. And does it involve like building a YouTube channel? It might very well do that. It may very well. My job is here as someone to help you open up to this new life, new expansion for yourself. So I'm going to give you a little guidance here. That's the message. Get ready. You're on the right path. Whoopsie. You're on the right path. I'm going to read that little prayer too. Explore your options. Your home is protected by angels. That feels pretty good to me. Energy healing work. So some of you are called to do energy healing work for yourself. Some of you are called to do energy healing work for others. All right, you're on the right path here. Your home is protected by angels. So if things get weird, channeling Dr. Evil. If things get weird, right? If things get weird, just know that you are protected here. Archangel Michael, I call upon you now. Thank you for giving me loud and clear guidance that I easily understand. Thank you for motivating me and filling me with the courage and confidence to make healthful life changes. So in preparation for being a teacher, what I said before about too much caffeine or red meat or whatever, sleeping enough, taking good care of yourself, making healthful life challenges, explore the options. What are you needing to do? You needing to become a teacher. You needing, like I said, grow your own YouTube channel. Happy to help you. I will. I am doing something starting in February about that. So if you're interested, there's links below. And energy healing work is something you need to really sit with for a minute. Is this something I need to do for myself, or is this the calling? Is this the calling? All right, my darlings. There you go. There you go. If you are interested in any kind of workshops, we have those. The links are all below. All right, my darlings.